Stu's channel.
Alright, welcome back to Stu's channel. I'm going to show you this so that, because I know somebody's going to ask me this question later. You see how these are nice and straight? Okay, when you go to fasten these on, these nice little connectors, and you get these connected, you're going to slide these on first. You're going to need to use a little bit of a drill bit. And what's that for? Well, you're going to need to drill out the top of this. Just a fraction. Barely even drill this thing out. Barely drill it out. That when you put your connectors on, they fit in there really nice. So you slide your connector on, you throw it through. I'm going to throw these through the top hole to start with, and then we'll come back and start doing throw after I do a maiden. And once this is on, I've already lined up this first one, so I'm going to press this down so they're both lined up. First I'll start this little tiny Allen screw. Very small little deal. There he is right there. I'm going to start this just on the end there. How'd you guys like that last little video I did, huh? You like that wing action? I don't know. I just had a wild, a moment, let's just say. It's getting bored, Jeez, I'm doing this jet. A lot of the time takes, actually doing the video. Because I'll have to do the video stuff and the jet. It's easier to start the Allen just while it's outside of this stuff here. But it came off. So this is already connected. I'm going to just pinch these two wings together so that they're even. And I'm going to tighten this baby up. What do you mean tighten it? Tighten what? Tighten this right here. Okay, so I've put a washer on the inside of this. I'm going to put a washer over here. And then check it out. Let's see. There we go. Now I'm going to do my nails. No, I'm not. I'm going to take some nail polish. See? Bam! Just a little gob of nail polish. I'll actually let it set up for just a second there. Then you come back and you add the little nut. Well, why? You know why. I don't have to explain this part. In fact, if you want a little insurance, you can basically come back after the thing is on there and you can put a dab on like that. Just like so. Is it going to run down and get on your plane? Not if you're using a tiny little amount. Okay, this is one wing. Two things are going to happen on here. I'll hook up the electronics, make sure that this is still all centered, and I'll cut these off about right here. But I've discovered something. Oh, also with these too. I still have to nip those off. I've discovered something, old boy. Let me take you to it live. Alright, camera time. You're like, what? Really? Serious? No, I'm not. You're going to find these little tabs. They're little carbon fiber rods. They go in here on these. There's 4 of them. And that's where they go, is on either side like this. There's a big long. You'll find one of these. Yes. This goes in here. You will need to take a little drill that's about the size of this, and you will need to work the hole a little bit. That resin, that gel coat, or whatever the top is on top of this, fills the gap up a little bit and makes it sort of difficult to get this thing in. So let me pull that out for a second. Then you got a spar. These, you were wondering, oh, what the, oh, okay, that's right. Those go in here. They're these guys right here. I've just dry fitted this. Let me make sure this jet's not going anywhere. Oh, it's not going anywhere. Alright. You're going to dry fit these babies inside of here to just, check them out. See how they work. And they work pretty good. I am going to medium CA those into the jet. Then you have a spar. I'm going to set you down for just a second and show you something. Alright, I've removed both wings right at the second. This spar, this carbon spar, check it out. Let me pull this out. It's one solid piece. I have a problem. There is a problem, Boris. Yes. Besides me still having to drill these out, there is a problem. That problem is this. I absolutely refuse to epoxy the end of the wing onto this surface. None of the other planes that I've looked at, none of them, have this epoxied onto here. You rough it up and epoxy it on here. They don't. They have wings that you can fit in. They already have this rod attached into the wing, and you slide it in, and there's pins. This doesn't have room for pins. I could create, you guys can give me your opinion, because this is a little down the way here. Down inside of here, you see that? That's where that slides through. It's going through this thing. That's where that carbon spar fits through this. There's a tube inside. Here's my options. I could chop the spar, this spar, in half. Okay, just follow with me for a second here. I could chop this in half and stick one half into this wing and one half into the other wing. Okay? So that the wings plug in. But then I would have to take and make tiny holes where I can reach them so that I can push those in and put a pin through. You know what I'm saying? To put a pin through here to lock it in. Which weakens this just a little bit, but it would allow me to pull my wings out. I would essentially medium CA these in here, cut this in half, and you followed the rest of the story. It's not made that way. It isn't made this way. It's not meant to do that. And realistically, I don't think they sell individual parts. It's not like I can run down and buy a wing if I screw it up. So the other option is this. Okay, and you guys can pick whichever option you wish. You can make the modification with the pin, or you epoxy. You put this in about halfway, find the halfway marker, and epoxy one half of this into the wing. Not split, just as it is. Just epoxy it into one of the wings. These will be medium CA'd. Slide it all the way up so that it is nice and comfortable and flush. Then bring the other wing over, put a bunch of epoxy on this, and slide the wing onto it, and guide it onto its little pieces here. And snug those both up, and basically hold those in place until it's solid. If you had parts you could buy, would be to put the pins in. I think I'm going to go with epoxy on one end, slide through, make them comfortable, epoxy this side, slide the wing on, and I'm in business. With this, I think I'm going to do the same thing. This is the same exact principle. I think I'm going to do the same thing here on the tail. Realistically, I could rough this up and epoxy it to this, but the front wing, I don't want to do that. That just doesn't seem right. I still have to cut these out. I'm still negotiating with what I'm going to do to cut those out. I'm going to Dremel them out, I imagine. But I had a couple of other ideas of taking a cutter, kind of a glass cutter type thing, and cutting along here and just running it along and running it along and running it along until the stuff finally gave. But I think I'll be able to route it out. That's it for now. I'll see you in a bit.